O que meu pai gostava de fazer? Como tudo que resta dele são as lembranças, esgravata a memória em busca de algumas imagens. Ele gostava de ler o jornal. Ele gostava de jogos da seleção brasileira. Ele não ouvia muito rádio. Não música, ao menos. Ele tinha uma biblioteca considerável, mas não era um leitor fiel. Havia algo que ele gostasse de fazer? Algo que lhe desse prazer? Por acaso sou capaz de lembrar de meu pai sorrindo? Aprendi muito sobre meu pai com o passar dos anos, sempre pelo relato de outros, mas nunca fiz certas perguntas que deveria ter feito. O que meu pai gostava de fazer? Ele sorria? E como era o seu sorriso? Aberto, mostrando os dentes? Tímido, de boca fechada? Na hora de gargalhar, fechava a boca, espremia os olhos e sacudia os ombros como alguém tímido demais para soltar uma gargalhada? Ou liberava um sonoro ha-ha-ha? É estranho pensar que lembro de meu pai chorando, mas não de meu pai gargalhando. My name is Antonio Xerxenesky. I'm a fiction writer and translator from Brazil. Well, the best thing about being a writer in Brazil is that we don't have censorship, no longer have censorship. Well, since I was born, we no longer have censorship, and that's pretty much the only good thing I can think about being a writer in Brazil because, well, the main problem is we have a very small readership. Even though Brazilians is an immense country, uh, illiteracy is still a serious problem there, and of course. Many kids they don't grow up with parents who read, and they're not used to reading, and they don't care about reading, and it's a task that is given to the contemporary fiction writers to form a new readership for Brazilian literature. The best thing about Brazil, I guess, is the stereotype, the cliche of is the people. But Brazilian people, everybody says, oh, they're so open, they're so affectionate, they're so open to other people. They're going to invite you to a barbecue, to a party, and so on and so on and so on. And that I think it's true, and I only noticed it is true away from Brazil. Well, meeting like cultures that are much more like close and reserved, and Brazil is it's very affectionate in a positive way, I think, and also of course the parties. Anyway, well, I guess I write for myself mostly, in the sense that I don't make money writing, so I really don't have to worry about tailoring my novel in order to reach a larger readership. So I write because I really enjoy writing, and it gives me pleasure. And once it stops making sense, I will stop writing that. However, I'm also very concerned, as I said, about forming readership. And I really like the idea of bridging the gap between highbrow fiction and lowbrow fiction, about mixing literary fiction and genre fiction, and about discussing big subjects in a very accessible way. I want to write novels that can be read by teenage readers who are seeking something more than cheap thrills, I guess. I'm afraid that Americans read very little Brazilian literature, and the greatest Brazilian classic, which is Memórias Póstumas de Brás Cubas, which was published as Epitaph for a Small Winner by Machado de Assis, it's very unknown as far as I'm concerned, and it's a terrific book. Most people enjoy Machado de Assis by its psychological depth of characters and plot and so on, and because of his perfect style. But I really recommend this book actually for its inventiveness, for its wackiness. You never know what to expect. Every chapter is a surprise. It's like a new style, and it's like the Brazilian Don Quixote in that sense, and that's why I really enjoy it. It's the Brazilian classic that most speaks to me. Yes, I think in a developing country such as Brazil, the state has a very strong duty to form readership, to form new readers. They must give access to them because books are very expensive in Brazil and people don't have large wages. So in that sense, they should really invest in programs that can increase readership. And also, I think, thinking as a writer, it's since Portuguese is such a peripheral language, it is important for them to pay for translations for other languages such as English, Spanish, and French, and languages that have strong dialogue with Portuguese, so that Brazilian literature can be more known outside Brazil. But I don't think that the state should support the writers directly, such as they do in other countries, that like fellowships and so on and so on. Because I think that I'll admit that Brazil has like much more pressing issues on health, on education. They're more important than supporting artists. I really must admit that it's superfluous. What surprised me about Iowa was that when I arrived here, it seemed like I've already been here. It's my first time in the US, but it looked like a movie set, like a teenage horror movie set, or a campus romantic comedy or something like that. It looks like Scream or something, because everything I feel like I already know because of pop culture, because I saw the cheerleaders, the football team, and anyway, but I really enjoy Iowa. I think Iowa is funny because it's a perfect city, and it's the best thing about it and the worst thing about it. The bad thing about it because it's so safe. I walk around at night alone, and there's police everywhere, and well, there are cute squirrels, and everything. It's so peaceful, so quiet. There's no traffic whatsoever. But at the same time, I think that if I lived here, I would be bored to death because I don't know. I miss the chaos. Oh, it's freezing. I don't know how you live with such a strong cold. I'm really freezing. This weather is not for me.
Thank you.
Thanks.